Hello guys! For today's video, I am going to show you Engoo's basic lesson flow and demo lesson tips. So this video will be helpful for those who are starting teaching in Engoo as well as those who are preparing for their demo lessons. If you are planning to apply in Engoo or you already have a schedule for your demo class, watch this video till the end. So, let's begin with understanding the basic lesson flow. So, ang Engoo lesson flow, meron siyang 6 parts. Number 1, greetings. 2, AV check or the audio and video check. 3rd, introduction. 4th, consultation. 5th, direct practice and guided instruction. Ito yung part na magtuturo ka na. And the last part is the ending or ending the class. Alright, so during the demo, so you have to remember to check your students' request before you begin with your class. This is very important kasi i-confirm mo siya during sa consultation part. Okay, so don't forget this part. Okay, now let's begin with the greetings. So call the student on time and smile. And you can say like this. Hello, my name is Annalou and I will be your online tutor today. How do you want me to call you? And the student will reply, like for example, we would say, my name is Masa-san. Nice to meet you, Masa-san. Okay, so you have to address Japanese students with san after his or her name kasi it's very important. So kung sa atin, we have the Mr. and Mrs. Doctor, we call them san, which shows respect sa kanila. And the next part, after the greetings, you have to proceed sa AV checked or the audio video checked. So you have to keep your webcam on all throughout the class. Okay, so ganito yung sasabihin mo. Before we begin our lesson, I would like to check a few things. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, the student will say, yes. How about my video? Can you see me clearly? Yes, and if you notice that the webcam of your student is not on, you would say, oh, I noticed that your webcam is not on. Would you like to share your video with me today? And if the student declines sharing his or her video, you can just say, no problem, maybe next time. Let's continue with the class. So after the audio and video checked, you have to check the student's request again. So if the student would like an introduction. So here you can see a sample student's request. So we have here the lesson style, original materials, self-introduction. So probably the student would request, before the lesson starts, I would like to have an introduction. Correction, I want the tutor to proactively correct my mistakes. And for special requests, like please type my mistakes. Okay, so i-check mo ang student request para malaman mo kung gusto ba ng student ng introduction. So now let's proceed to the third part, the introduction of the tutor. So the tutor will begin with their brief introduction. Avoid mentioning personal information. So, ang duration ng introduction ng mga tutors, it would be preferable 45 seconds to 1 minute. So, you can say something like this. Since this is our first class together, let's get to know each other better. Again, my name is Teacher Annalou. I am from kung saan ka galing. If you're a student, you can say, I'm studying, your major, you can state your major. And if you are employed, you can state where you're, kung anong trabaho mo. I'm working as, alright, so, and then, next one, you can also state your hobby, right? During my free time, I like So, sinasabi mo yung iyong hobbies and interests. So, how about you, Masa-san? Can you share something about yourself? So now, after your introduction, uh, you would let your student introduce his or himself. Okay, so here you have to listen attentively, and then after mag-introduce ng student, you can ask at least 3 follow-up questions related to their hobbies and interests. Okay, so the same yung flow ng pag-introduce ng student. So, usually, they would say their name, their kung saan sila galing, and then their hobbies. So, for the follow-up questions, meron mga example dito, you can say, what got you interested in? So, kung anong interest ng student mo, you have to follow up, to give a follow-up. And next one, who or what is your favorite actress or something, alright? Or what kinds of do you like? Okay, so after na mag-introduce ng student or mag-answer ng mga follow-up questions mo, you can say, thank you for your introduction, Masa-san. Now let's proceed to the consultation. So, consult all the details provided in the student's request during the consultation. So, sasabihin mo ng ganito, I saw here in your student's request that you would like to use, okay, for example, daily news material. Would you like to use it today or would you like to do something else? If the student requests to continue, please send the student's preferred material stated in the student's request proactively. Okay, so meron din naman mga students na kiniklik na nila at ino-open na nila directly ang gusto nilang material. But it is not the case all of the time. Then let's proceed. You can continue by saying, okay, I can also see here that you would like me to correct your mistakes proactively. Is that right? All right. And that you would like me to type your mistakes. Okay, did I clearly understand your request? Okay, so after the consultation, pwede ka na mag-proceed sa direct practice and guided instruction. So, ito na yung part na magtuturo ka na. Okay, so if you are using a lesson material, so basically, ang material sa Engoo, it's more of listening and repeating. So, after choosing the material, meron ka ng title or topic. So, you'll give an instruction to your student. Alright, so you will say something like this. Okay, I will read the words, meaning, sentences, and expressions, and then please repeat after me. So, yun yung sasabihin mo sa instruction, and then you will let your student repeat after you. Alright, so in between naman, pwede kang mag-ask na mga questions or follow-up questions para naman like casual lang siya, casual conversation with your student. Okay, para naman hindi plain ang ginagawa mo. Okay, and then next one, sa lesson material, meron ding dialogue practice. So, kung may dialogue practice, you can say, let's have a role play. Would you like to be Haruto or the teacher? Something like that. So, papiliin mo yung student mo. Kung sino yung papipiliin niya, yun yung gagawin niya at yung isa yung gagawin mo. Okay, so direct practice and guided instruction, if ever the student requested a free conversation, ito yung dapat mong gawin. Number 1, choose a topic that your student is interested in based on their instruction and discuss. Okay, so merong hobbies na na-state ang student mo during the introduction. Gamitin mo yun to ask questions related to it. And number 2, ask follow-up questions. So, kapag nag-a-ask ka ng follow-up questions, avoid yes or no questions. Kasi, basically, yun yung main reasons na meron dead air. Kasi hindi mo na-allow yung student mo to elaborate their answers. Kasi nga, yes, no questions ang tinatanong mo. So, avoid asking those kinds of questions. So, avoid dead air or awkward silence. So, yeah. So, naiintindihan ko yun kasi mahirap talaga mag-isip ng mga questions. Probably in my next vlog, I will show you some other tips to do during the free conversation. Okay, so this is based on my experiences naman. And number 4, make the student talk more by following 70-30 rule. So, let the student talk more. Baka naman ikaw lang yung nagsasalita all the time. Okay, all the time. Alright, and next, listen attentively. And the last one, respond appropriately. Okay, so importante ito, nagre-respond tayo appropriately. Kasi pag hindi, iisipin ng student na hindi ka nakikinig. Okay, so I guess 5 and 6 are connected. Punta muna tayo sa last part ng lesson flow, or it's the ending or ending the class. So you have to end the class 1 minute before the lesson ends. So ending the lesson contains 3 parts: wrapping up, giving a feedback, and saying goodbye. Okay, so here, sasabihin mo, oh, it seems like we only have a minute left for our lesson today. Do you have any questions before we end our class? Okay, so pag walang question ang student mo, you can start wrapping up the lesson. So, you can say, for today's lesson, we discussed and talked about. So, sasabihin mo yung topic nyo and learned yung mga important points na diniscuss nyo during that lesson. Alright. And you can also give specific feedbacks. Alright. So, you can say, you did a great job in your pronunciation. Okay, so sasabihin mo yung strength ng student mo. And then, you can also say, please work on your vocabulary. Okay, so these are the areas of improvements. Sasabihin mo yun. Most of the time, problema ng mga Japanese students, yung kanilang L and R pronunciation. Okay, and the next one, you can also share or tell them some tips. To do that, you can read some books, alright, or you can take notes, few vocabularies, and use them in sentences. So, yun yung mga tips o maaring mas sabihin nyo to end the class or to give a feedback. And after that, after wrapping up and giving specific feedback, you can properly say goodbye to your student. So remember, do not hang up on a student, okay? So you can say that like this. I want to thank you again, Masa-san, for booking my class. It was a pleasure having a lesson with you. I hope to see you again. Take care. Goodbye. So this is the basic lesson flow of Engoo. So please remember and familiarize this lesson flow. So on my next videos, I am going to show you a sample video of the demo. Kung paano gawin yun, kung ano ang mangyayari sa actual class. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. At kung meron kayong mga tanong, inquiries, or gusto nyong malaman, comment down below at gagawin ko ang best ko na masagot ang mga questions nyo. It is a great pleasure and as well as privilege na makatulong po sa inyo. Thank you so much and God bless you.